Blessed love, my name is KES from KES the Band, and this is Pop-Up on Vibe 105. I would say soca has evolved over the years, again influenced by different genres around the world, but I think it remains soca. I think the feel of it is still so much based in calypso that soca will always have that element. We swing differently on the beat, so they will always have that, even though the sonics may change and evolve and different instruments may be used. It's still gonna feel like sweet. Surreal actually to be called one of the pioneers in soca music. Seeing the growth over the years and seeing the different people who made deep contributions. You as an artist really, you long to do that. You long to make timeless songs and change the course sometimes when it needs to and inject energy into a genre when it needs to. And I think we've done that over the years and continue to do that, whether it be the type of song that we make or where we play and where we explore the music. So it's been a journey, and I feel as if this journey is still happening, it's still going on, there's still a lot to be done and a lot happening. So exciting times, and it's surreal that it's a continuous story, it just never ends, Give thanks. I think it's all a growth in process, because you look at the North America, let's just say, whether it's Canada or USA, you see a lot of second, third generation Caribbean people, and then there are lots of people who know Caribbean people, and then of course the internet, the age of the internet, it really changed a lot of things. A lot of people travel within their minds and their eyes and probably have never seen Trinidad or Jamaica, but loves the music and it does something to them while they're cleaning, and these are the bridges that we're interested in, So as much as we have a great time doing major shows and major talk shows and stages. So I am constantly surprised when I go into a place where I don't think anyone is going to know who I am, and all of a sudden they're like, hey, I love this song and I know who you are, and they just love the music. I call WOTLESS the great teacher. That song for me was really a game changer, because I really was in a stage to give up, like any time, we go through our wiggles, and it's a lot of work to try and really get your name out there and plant your feet in any genre. Soca is no exception. And I just felt like, things were really, it just was not going anywhere for me. And then in sort of giving up, I sort of got out of my own way, in a sense. And blessings started to come. I mean, I got that call from Kerwin Dubois. He was right in Canada, here in the cold, calling me and saying, hey, come to studio, fly up, let's do a session. And I had nothing to lose at that point in time. I just said, yeah, let's go. And I would take the bus every day to him. And it was, it was cold and it was snowy and it was matching my personality at the time. And we went to the studio and we created WOTLESS and a thing. And I still didn't think anything of it until we released it. And it really started to pick up and really move, and I felt like, oh, now you like me. And the song was history, it really just, it bridged the gap. People started to really respect us in soca, but not just that. It really started to expand to Jamaica and in the world, and it set the tone for me for the next, 2 decades after, amazing experience, WOTLESS was recorded in Toronto, by the way, for those soca fans. Little note, WOTLESS and a thing. It was by Kerwin Dubois. We had a great writing session, and it changed my life. So Toronto, you'll always be part of me. Like that. Hello, is that timing? Hello. A lot of the big songs came at really testing times. So hello was that period in life. It was the only thing I was listening to on the radio. I wasn't listening to anything else except the rhythm with hello, and that was it. So SAVANNAH Grass is my father. I dedicated it to him. He was the one that taught me about culture and the SAVANNAH Grass and the importance it plays to Trinidad and Tobago's culture. 100 years of carnival celebrated there. And it was his playground when he was younger. So That song is dedicated solely to him and culture. LIKI, TIKI. Big up to Michael Brune. And really discovering Haitian music. You know, a lot of our mission is bridging the gaps, and not just between the world, but between the Caribbean. You know, a lot of the language barriers sort of kept us apart. And I felt like with music, we could really bring the worlds together. So working with Michael Brune and Jay Perry brought that Haitian awareness to me, and I learned so much. So big up and bless up to making the world smaller, you know? One Caribbean. Jolene, now your mango sweet so. Big song, that's honestly a lockdown song, you know? That was from the lockdowns. I would say I was very happy to be home in the islands where I could still pick a mango and be in a hammock and you know, sometimes go to the beach. So I was really appreciative of my island vibes. So I really wanted to write a song based on that energy. And I love that song so much because it relates to not just my island, but every island around the world. Kind of connects to the visuals. And the video, to me, is one of the best videos I've ever done. Mood with Shaggy. Shaggy was school. He was university. I think learning from Shaggy was the biggest part of that experience. And I have to say, Shaggy's sphere is different, you know? He's rolling with Sting, and he's rolling with this one and that one. But Sting in particular, I'm a big Police and Sting fan. I grew up to that music, fell asleep to it, fell in love, all of it. And to actually get to meet him, to actually open for him, you know, through Shaggy, I'll never forget it. Give me a piece of that Jub Jub Daddy. Jub Jub is just really us playing the fool in studio, and it's one of my first recordings with legendary producer Tano, who we did other songs like Tak Back and Cocoa Tea, Banga, a few other of my hits. But Jub Jub was the beginning, I think, of that run. You know, we were in the studio, and he kind of reminded me of how having fun creates the best art. Soca is a live experience in general. Soca can be digested, yes, of course, off of your recordings. You want to get that energy there. But I don't think anything beats a live performance from soca music especially. It's sort of like it puts it in context when you hear it in a party. I think we've always loved the live experience. We actually judge acts according to how good you could perform. You could have a hit around the world, it's huge, but if you come and perform for a soca crowd and you can't perform, I don't know, like you really have to give us something. Well, you know, they say that this moment is the sum of all your moments, and us carrying soca music to the Budweiser stage is one of those full circle moments. It's something I've always dreamed of, to bring to Toronto, to raise the cultural bar, to present our music and our history and all of it in one space, in an amazing place like that. It's a dream come true, of course. You know, we've always dreamed of getting, sometimes, yeah, the Budweiser stage in particular as well too. And it's cool that we've reached a stage where we could generate enough energy to be able to get a place like that, to do what we have to do and move the numbers that we're moving. For us, that show is going to be very special because we're going to be celebrating not just Soca and KES THE BAND and Budweiser, but also our history, 20 years of KES THE BAND, 25 years in Soca, and then we have some of our friends as well going to be joining us to tell our story with us as well. So it's going to be just a big celebration, you know. In the parties and the fetes, it's good, it's a beautiful energy, but we only have so much time and so much parameters to play with. This is our stage, so we're going to have as much fun as we possibly can on that stage on June the 14th. So Budweiser is going to be historical. Be a part of it. Yeah. Blessed love. My name is KES, and my new single is Cocoa Tea. Yes, take it in, stream it, love it, play it, and look out for a new album of music as well. Yeah? Good vibes only. Hey, bless up. This is KES, and yeah, that was Pop Up. with Vibe 105. Bless up.